Alright, now it's Sunday after lunch. And it's time change day. I'm always reminded, I saw one time it was I don't know what you call them things, a meme. Anyway, it showed a picture of an old Indian and said that Americans the only one who think by adding or deleting an hour in the day. He said it's like cutting the top off a blanket and welding it on the... Let me try that again. My words got tangled up. The Indian said changing the time is like cutting the top off a blanket and putting it on the bottom to make it longer. It's kind of like that. Even the rooster out here don't know it's 11 o'clock. It really is embarrassing how much time I spend looking for the tool I just had in my hand. Oh, there it is. Alright, I got the horns mounted and wired up. This is the wire for a fan. I think I'm going to put a little pusher fan on the AC condenser. Maybe. Or one on the transmission cooler or something. I'm going to power the engine, the radiator fan. The Holly supplies a feed for that. So I think that's how I'm going to run that. But the next dilemma is where to put the battery. It was here, but it don't want to be there on account of the air cleaner setup I have. At least currently. I hate to buy more stuff for Pete's sake. Air kit costs a freaking fortune. Half-ass Customs always use black plastic from the hardware store. That might be what I do. I think I'm going to put the radiator here so I got more room. Which should leave room for this to stay. But if I put the battery here, it aims right at the battery. So maybe I gotta cut it there and come on up here. I'd like to have my air filter in that pocket up in there. So I think I gotta remove this. But I also can't forget I gotta put the coils somewhere. So all these things are things. Also, I need to break out the AC lines and see how they orient. Because you ain't careful, you get this stuff all figured out and then figure out you forgot something. Well, I just did a bad thing that's going to cause me more work. I was trying to bend this brake line back this way, kinda, to give me more clearance for the battery. Using this thing, which I may as well throw in the bushes. I don't think I've ever had the occasion where it worked for me. Anyway, I kinked the line right there. So now I gotta replace it, and that's a pain in the butt. But I got it to do, so ain't no use crying about it. What's funny?
It's funny how you do. You like showing me what to do, and you do most of it before you give it to me. Like I don't know what to do.
Hey, as soon as I hand it to you, you'll start asking me questions.
That's how you get answers.
Alright, this is starting to look like more of a cluster than I had before. I got a couple dilemmas. Got to figure out where to put the coils, got to figure out where to put the battery, and got to figure out where to put the AC lines. Which I just dug out and got a big pile of stuff right here, and it does not appear to me... I told them when I bought this I was going to use a factory compressor, but they didn't send the lines for that, at least as best I can tell. So probably what that amounts to is I'm going to have to devise and MacGyver them too.
Yep.
But that's okay. Why start doing something different than that? Also, you guys video some more because we have lost one subscriber. Informed me today.
Yeah.
The guy said all I do is walk around and talk and look at stuff. So I actually do stuff periodically. Mostly I walk around and trip and look for my camera and the tool I just had in my hand.
A lot of that doesn't get videoed though. They'd really be more than.
That's right. So, but we do have like almost 35,000 subscribers, and lately we've only been getting like 3,000 views. So,
Oh wow.
if I had a cute belly button, that'd probably help, but I don't. So, you know, I've noticed that there's a cute belly button, you get all kind of free stuff.
Oh, is that it?
Mm-hmm. All right. I could hide some stuff in my belly button.
So what are you doing here?
Well, I'm changing these AC lines out. Just go. I had these ones in to start with, so it just goes to show. I thought I was wrong,
But you were right.
but I was mistaken. So
You were wrong.
no, I wasn't wrong. I was mistaken. I thought I was, but I wasn't.
Well, at least you didn't assume otherwise.
That's right. Now this fits in there like that. We're gonna have to put all this back together with proper O-rings and all, but
You're just mocking it up.
I'm just making sure I know where everything's gotta go. Cause I gotta run. You think you should get the camera any closer?
Yep. Right here.
Cause I gotta run heater hoses and lines up out of here, and I got a air cleaner assembly and all like that right there. And I think I'm gonna put the battery over here. And I messed up that brake line, which I'm gonna have to fix, which I ain't too happy about.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what I said. Actually, I didn't precisely say that. Alright, that one goes there.
Oh, he's complaining about zooming in and being so close, but they like my videoing.
Then you should do more of it.
Then you should let me have at it.
Do it. All you want to. You can video anything you want to. Well, not anything, but
Yeah.
go for it. Just go for it. I've been trying to tell you. Except you gotta do it when I'm doing something. Right now, I'm sitting here thinking.
Well, they want to know what you're thinking.
There's just no telling. You know, Waylon Wire says, you don't want to get inside my mind. It's a scary place. What I need to do is put 6 inches of 5/8 heater hose right there
That's funny.
in the valve. Let me find that. I just found while I was looking for heater hoses.
What is that? Sweet.
A Trans Am steering wheel. Hey, hey.
We just bought one. But we can't have a Trans Am
No, you're probably right.
in a 57.
How in the heck did I get that? I don't recall having that. You know what? Now that it occurs to me, my old buddy got Milky One and gave it to me because let me see, he had a Camaro, and I think I bought a Trans Am parts car or something one time, and it had a positive rear end in it, which he needed for his Camaro. I don't know why. Usually he prefers to weld up the spider gears. But anyway, I think he gave me the steering wheel. Trans Am. That was back when you could buy parts Trans Ams for like $500.
Not no more.
Not no more. I had.
What's that?
Huh? I said I spend more time looking for stuff I thought I had. I got red heater hose. Can you deal with that? I got 5/8 and 3/4. Can you deal with red hoses under there, or has it got to be black?
I reckon.
I got some black somewhere.
As soon as you put that red on there, though, you'll find the black.
Let me keep looking. I don't like red.
What do you mean you don't like red?
I like red just fine. I just don't like red heater hoses.
I was going to say, you love to paint red. That Mr. Heavy Chevy. Now he says, my camera work is getting out of hand. Because every time he turns around, I got a camera going. But he just told me film all I want. Jeez. Make up your mind, Mr. Heavy. What's it gonna be? What are you doing now?
The radio's on, girl. I'm just trying to get you trained. I'm gonna have to make a fitting. What I'm doing is I gotta make an adapter because I'm using the factory compressor and not the one they sell you in the kit. So I've cut this piece off. It goes right there. Yeah, see if you can get it a little closer.
Yep.
And then it's a different size also. So this is going to have to be welded something like that. But the problem is too close to the header right there. So what I'm considering is cutting that off somewhere there. And then getting it in there, something like that. Because the hose ultimately runs up and goes to that.
Did that again.
You gotta watch it there, girl. Those are the headlight rings. Watch the hips. She's done hit them 4 or 5 times.
No, it keeps going up every time you tell it.
That's why I couldn't let her drive the dually when I had them big hips getting in the way.
That had nothing to do with it.
Tubing cutter on tubing. But you cannot in this instance. So and did y'all know that the hacksaw blade only cuts one way? So when you're cutting, you should push and then kind of up a little bit as you come back and then push again. Did you know that? Mrs. Heavy Chevy doesn't know that.
Yes, I do.
Then practice it. A hazard.
Listen, this shop is a hazard. Look at this.
Now I gotta dig out.
What you hunting?
I'm hunting a punch or something that's the right size that I can stick in here. Alright, see, this isn't round. We want that to be round as much as possible. So I stuck this punch in there. I'm sticking that in there and I'm going to try to work it back out around a little bit. See?
Nice.
Aluminum is pretty easy to work with.
Oh, yeah.
Alright,
Except
now
it's hard to weld.
it's not hard. Lots of people do it.
Well, it's hard for me.
That's because we don't have the right equipment.
I see.
But that doesn't stop a lot of people these days.
Does it fit?
See, that needs to go in there like so. We need to offset this to the side a little bit so the bolt can go by it. If I put this in there like that, now my high pressure port, is that the high pressure or low pressure? It's the low pressure. Is going to be under the heater hose, which is not convenient at all.
Every step, there's a roadblock.
So it would seem.
What's that?
Needs to be longer. I know. Alright, the princess was in town and got me some heater hose, which I desperately needed, so excuse me, let me see how much I need to pay her back. 20 bucks. Good grief. This is the first time I'm ever going to be able to use this tool. I bought this at a pawn shop one time. Anyways, I'm going to leave that on there. This is what it is. And what it's for is, you slip that over the tube you're bending, and it keeps it from kinking. Pretty slick. And I need to modify this side of the... let me just take it off. I'll show you. See there? So you just slip this over it, and now you can bend it, and everything's okie dokie. Alright, this is kind of what I come up with here. This will fit in there, and I missed the upper control arm. And then this is going to have to weld or attach to that somehow. And currently the only way I got to weld aluminum is with a torch. And I ain't too good at it, so maybe I better practice. And then this piece is supposed to fit in there, and hopefully one clears the other. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Well, here's what else I come up with. I made some coil brackets. I think I'll put the coils right there. I gotta finish drilling some holes and what have you, but I think that's where it's gonna live. And the same place on the other side. But I'm a little tired now. I think I'll go home, eat something maybe. So, appreciate y'all watching, really do. Got a couple orders this weekend for some t-shirts and what have you. That's always cool. You know, you'll be one of few if you're wearing Mr. Heavy Chevy gear. Alright, here's the bell. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you. Go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can get some... You can join the ranks of dozens of people with Mr. Heavy Chevy gear. And this car's got to run in about 3 weeks, so I better get busy, hadn't I?